There you have it, boys. Breaking news. Jake Paul, Mike Tyson is officially a sanctioned fight.
No shit.
Which is extremely interesting because I'm going to go back and look at a video that I did from about a week or two ago when Jake Paul appeared on Fox News and did a little segment over there and pretty much confirmed something that everyone seemed to miss on the build up to this huge Netflix bout that's happening between Jake Paul and Mike Tyson. And that was the fact that it was never a sanctioned fight, I guess, up until yesterday. Up until yesterday, every single video that we've seen about the new breaking news, the footage of Mike Tyson is savage, you've never seen it before, or Jake Paul said something that might put this bout in jeopardy. All of that stuff was just clickbait, and of course we're all guilty of it. There's no hassle there. But one thing that I did point out a few weeks ago was that during this Fox News interview, he pretty much said that we want to hit each other in the face. We just don't know whether we're allowed yet. And we're waiting on a reply from the commission to say that we're allowed to hit each other in the face. And you're kind of thinking, wow, what a massive build-up, what a marketing genius Jake Paul is to promote this thing to what it is right now. And it has been promoted and it is being perceived as one of the biggest events in coming times in combat sports. There's no doubt about it. Everybody is talking about it. So we're going to have a little look at the new sanctioned rules. We're going to have an interesting look at what Jorge Masvidal said about the fight, about Jake Paul, and also this breaking news that apparently Dana White is sponsoring Mike Tyson to fight Jake Paul. That's how much he hates this kid. So we're going to get into that as well. Before we do, if you're new to this channel, if you haven't seen me before and you just came across me because of this topic, go back, have a look at the other stuff. If there's anything in there that you like, hit subscribe. So here you go. We have a sanctioned fight. Everybody was posting out the same rule set yesterday. It's a sanctioned professional fight. Results on official records. 8 2-minute rounds. 14-ounce gloves. No headgear. And guess what? As a side caveat, we're actually allowed to hit each other in this fight. Because up until 2 weeks ago, as confirmed by Jake Paul, that wasn't a thing. And we will have a look at it. You know what? We'll put it up right now. Here's me having a little chat about Jake Paul and confirming the fact that this wasn't a real bout up until yesterday.
Mike and I want this to be a pro fight, full face shots. We're submitting that request to the commission. It's an all-out war.
Did we hear that? Let's go back and just hear that one more time.
Mike and I want this to be a pro fight, full face shots. We're submitting that request to the commission. It's an all-out war.
It's an all-out war. We're actually submitting the request to the commission right now to find out whether we're allowed to hit each other. So I don't know what sort of war that is, but it's an interesting one. In terms of the sanctioned rules that popped out yesterday, professional fight is going to be on their record. As we know, Mike Tyson is 60 years old. 30 years older than this lad. That's interesting. 8 2-minute rounds. I think the fact that this is a shorter fight probably plays into Mike Tyson a lot more. As we've seen through the brand new training footage that no one's ever seen before, videos that are out there, the dude is still agile, the dude is still aggressive, the dude can still move. We know that. But through the power of social media and editing, it does look like we're very choppy and very cutty in terms of these clips. You'd really want to see 4-round spar to really know where he is in terms of cardio. Where is he in terms of mindset? Let's have a look at this.
I don't think I'll be smoking for this fight, and I think I'm going to be really irritable and nasty. And this guy's going to come, he's going to try to hurt me, he's going to be greatly mistaken. I don't think he's faster than me. Whatever I'm afraid to do, I do it. Like right now, I'm scared to death. But as the fight gets closer, the less nervous I become because it's reality. And in reality, I'm invincible.
Oh shit, not good.
Does this bode well for Jake Paul, the fact that Mike Tyson is not going to be smoking and he's going to be extremely irritable? He's also not going to be partaking in sensual intercourse with his wife. That's an interesting one as well, which would make a man very irritated, to be honest with you. And we know that the podcast that he's built his newfound money off the back of, as well as his cannabis company, we know that he's put that podcast on the back burner as well. So he seems to be laser focused in on Jake Paul, and he thinks that because everyone is saying that Jake Paul is going to be fast and he's going to younger and more tenacity, he thinks that that's bullshit. He thinks that he can go in there and compete. He thinks that he can go in there and win. He's got that fear factor built up inside him that he knows that he needs. He knows he needs that fire to get in there and fight. You gotta be afraid. You gotta be worried about losing this fight to actually get in there and do some damage. Is it gonna happen? I think it's quite possible if we have 2-minute rounds, which we know we have, and it's only an 8-round match, that it's gonna work to his benefit in terms of getting in there. No weed, no intercourse with the missus, no podcast to worry about. Fully laser focused on Jake Paul. This could be serious. This could be serious. I want to jump over here to Jorge Masvidal. He talks about Jake Paul and the call-outs. The call-outs are cringe from Jake Paul. I really do wish he would just go away, and we will see what happens in terms of Mike Tyson making that happen. It would be really interesting if he actually gave us all a little shot in the arm and put this guy away. I'm not going to read the whole lot of it, but he pretty much goes in here and he says to Jake Paul that, dude, stop calling me out. You don't want to fight MMA. The first kick into the calf or into the back of the knee, you're going to crumble and start crying like a bitch. And you are a bitch because Dana thinks you're a bitch, Hunter thinks you're a bitch, and nobody in the UFC actually likes you. He actually goes on to say that not only can you not compete in MMA, you can't even box, which a lot of people say. You hear a lot of people glazing Jake Paul saying that his improvement is unbelievable, man. For a guy who came from shilling for Disney like a couple of years ago to doing what he does now in terms of beating the shit out of Uber drivers, he's unbelievable. Sure, a couple of $100 million in the bank for tarnishing the minds of young kids, that'll get you to a place where you feel that narcissism build up to the height where you want to be a fighter, you want to be a combat star, you want to be remembered in history for fighting Mike Tyson. Jorge Masvidal says, not only can you not compete in MMA, you wouldn't get near me inside that octagon, but you can't even box, as we saw against Tommy Fury, who's a part-time boxer slash TV reality dude, and he poked you all over the place. So it's an interesting one. And just this little section here I'm going to pull up because he said they don't care about that guy. That's why Dana went out and sponsored Mike Tyson's camp. He's helping him out and all that sort of shit because they don't like Jake Paul. Jake has done too much shit to Dana White. That's not cool. He's our chief and commander. Very interesting thing. He went out and sponsored Mike Tyson's camp. Boom, we have an article right here. Jorge Masvidal claims Dana White is sponsoring Mike Tyson's fight camp to beat Jake Paul. So we do have MMA news outlets covering this story of Dana White sponsoring Mike Tyson. We know that Dana White absolutely deplores Jake Paul and everything that he stands for. And we know that he's very close friends with Mike Tyson. So him sponsoring him isn't beyond the realms of possibility whatsoever. Quite possibly could be true. Why would Jorge Masvidal lie about that? So there you have it. Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson is now a sanctioned fight. Now they're allowed to hit each other in the face, which does benefit the fact that it's a boxing match. That'll be interesting to see. And hopefully we get to see Mike Tyson, with the help of Dana White, with the help of game-bred Jorge Masvidal, all on the side of Mike Tyson, put this guy to sleep. I think everyone would just love to see that. Let me know your thoughts down below. Hit like, subscribe and share. Cheers.